Hello, everybody. It's Coach Christy here. How are you guys doing today? I hope you are feeling absolutely fantastic, whatever you're doing right now and wherever you're at. I'm just excited and happy about life. Life has been peaceful, life has been really magical. The little things that happened over the course of year itself has been amazing. Aside from the new business ventures, the new connections online, the team that I'm working with, the company I'm working with, I'm just happy with the courses that I have taken. And, every day I try to learn more about life, more about coaching, more about mindfulness, and more about meditation. How these are very important to self growth and development and achieving our true purpose. Today, I'm actually going to talk and share with you something that's very important, yet a lot of us people, especially because of what's happening in the world, the experiences that we've gone through, the family that we have built, the problems that we think exist, um, we tend to forget. And that is finding our purpose on earth. What is it? Who do you want to be? Who do you really are? Who are you? Do you actually know that? It's a question that for some people it's easy to answer, but for others, maybe not. Um, I'm just gonna share my experience, how I got here. When I was 5 years old, I'm from the Philippines. I'm from northern Cebu, Philippines. I love to just be by myself and get fascinated with my imagination. And I would create a lot of dramas in my head. It's like a series of dramas that I really do create detail by detail. And I like writing dramas, like series of them. And I play with characters of me being the protagonist and antagonist. I love writing and I loved speaking, but back then I was this very, very shy type of kid. I didn't have a real best friend. I had close friends, but I don't believe they were my best friends. I went to school at 5 years old. I would come home and I get bullied at school because I was really tiny and my hair was like a boy cut, and I was just called tomboy. And I would not be joining a group of friends. I would always have a separate life of mine. And that went on for a long time until I finished elementary school and I went to high school. But my fascination with being alone, and I would go into the mango trees, into the woods, taking care of the cows, the goats, gathering firewood from the mountains. It was just my happy place and my go to. And I would actually go home and get excited about getting the cows and gather the firewood and fetching water from the well. And from my parents' home to my destination, I would be living a new, you know, world, like thinking of different world. Like I'm in a different world. I'm in a different scene. This is not me. I'm creating this bubble in my head that I was supernatural and I can create a destination. I can create a destiny for myself, and this is who I'm gonna be. I'm gonna be out on a podium speaking. But I was really shy until when I was ninth grade. Um, I could not raise my hand in my class. No, I was fifth grade, sorry, and I was 9 years old. I couldn't raise my hand even though I knew the answer to my teacher's question. So I would just be quiet, so quiet, until my teacher would say, Kasira, give the answer. And then I would stand up, I knew the answer. And then she announced, you know, I'm going to fail you on oral test. And she gave me a really low grade, like 75%. And then I was still part of the top three in my class. I was top three, right? So even though I had 75% of my grade from that grading period, I still passed. She challenged me to speak up. She challenged me to be more outgoing, to start sharing, to just speak up and volunteer inside class. And she really forced me to, and I'm really happy that she did, because I came out of my shell and I spoke more. And that year, actually, I was nominated to host the graduation ball exercises of the sixth graders. And I was just in heaven, like, wow, what an amazing, huge accomplishment for me. And then all those years, I would join rosaries, I would join the fiestas, and I would be hosting the events. And little did I know, when these things are happening, I was built for it. And the good thing with me is I practice and practice alone. Even though I was alone, I would practice speaking and I would speak in English. And so, fast forward in college, I got a scholarship to go to college from a Norwegian family, and I was cum laude, and I took up teaching, though I really wanted to become a lawyer. But the school that I was sent to, there was no law degree, so here I'm stuck with teaching. But I believe I could be a teacher, and so I went into teaching. And after college, I actually taught sixth graders. I did a fantastic job. I was so close with the owner. I won a lot of awards for, being a coordinator, an English coordinator, journalism coordinator. That was a really amazing experience for me, my first year in teaching. But I was not paid well. So I had to move down to the city and get paid more. And that's when I met my American husband. And so I was just saying that if you want to find what your purpose is, we've got to go back to what are we fascinated with when we were a young kid? What were our dreams and what kind of imaginations we had of what we want to be? I really wanted to be a speaker, and I didn't know I wanted to be a life coach. I didn't know I wanted to be a mindfulness and meditation coach. Of course, the whole process is long because I was five back then and I loved speaking. And now I'm 36 and I've got a lot to learn still. I'm going to learn till I die for sure. And I just want to share this with everyone. If you don't know what you're doing, go back to the time when you were a kid. What happens is that when we were a child, we were free to think of who we want to be, what do we want to do for the future. But then things happen. Our parents can't afford to give us the right education that we want, the school that we want to go to, the right courses that we want to take. So that kind of hurdles or stop us from achieving what we really desire. So our parents might say that we should just, you should just take up nursing. Not a doctor, not a scientist, because we can't afford. So there you go. That's another thing. Then you talk to your friends, you talk to your classmates, you talk to your peers, and they say, um, I don't think it's a good idea. I don't think it's a good business. I don't think, this and that. You want to start a business, you want to get a this kind of degree, and your friends are, oh, you should just go with mine. So then you are influenced by the people around you. And then when you get married, you're not going to start thinking of yourself. You're going to start thinking of your wife or your husband, your kids. You're going to start thinking of how to pay their bills, how to provide for them. I mean, it's normal. I went through it prior to my separation. I was working so hard in the US. We went to the US, and I was there in Michigan, USA, and was a farmer for a long time. Um, we were apple, vegetable, flower farmers. And I love farming because I do connect with nature very well, and I love being in nature. I'm fully exercised. I'm out there. I'm out in the sun, and I get to move my body because I really want that. And then doing that for many years, I had to question myself. I had to ask myself. I had to dig deeper and say, is this really the path that I want to do for the next 20, 30 years of my life until I die? And when I asked that question, the answer was no. So I went online and Googled about coaching, and I fell in love with it. And I told my ex, I want to pursue life coaching. And he said, you could, but it's going to take 15 to 30 years study. I said, I've studied 15 years since I was kindergarten until I went to college. That's a lot of years. And I felt like the knowledge that I've learned during those times is really not enough for me to go on with life, pay my bills, and be fulfilled. It's not enough. So here comes 36 years in my life. I have been a life coach for 6 years now. And I'm just very happy. I'm just very excited. I've learned a lot of lessons. I don't have thousands of clients yet, but I am doing the daily discipline. I am doing the daily routine, the journaling, listening to podcast, and listening to audiobooks, and just connecting with groups online that are life coaches as well. And I'm having fun doing that. And for everyone to be able to reach that point in their life that you really know what to do, you know why you're here, and this is what you're going to do forever, that would be amazing. And I'm just sharing my experience because I'm still a life coach, meditation, mindfulness coach in the making. Um, let's forget about perfection, because perfection is just, it's not real. Okay, it's just imagination. So nobody's perfect. Everyone is learning until the day they die. So I'm just here to inspire everyone that go back to the time when you were young and listen to that whisper in your head that would say, go have a child, become a mother, have a lot of children, and do it. And if your calling is go become a priest and preach and change the world, go do it. If you want to become a scientist and discover new things and create whatever you want to create in the world, go do it. If you want to be a teacher, go do it. But this is what's gonna happen if you won't do what God has really purposely made you to be on earth. You're not going to be happy and you're not going to be fulfilled, because there's always going to be that question in your head, what if I did that? What if I went with that? What if I started a business that I want to start? What if I went abroad? What if So we don't want to go through a life that would say, what if, and I regret, I wish I did that, I wish I didn't listen to my husband, I wish I didn't listen to my mom or dad or my siblings, I wish I didn't listen to my sisters or my friends or my peers, whoever, people that influence you to not pursue what you really want to pursue in life. And I'm grateful. I'm grateful I could share this message with you all. And I'm just thankful that wherever I am right now, um, I'm doing the right thing. As far as I know, I'm not hurting anyone. And today, and of course, I always believe in the present moment. That is mindfulness, being present without judgment and letting things be. And it's also asking us to detach ourselves from all the emotions that are going to influence our character as a person. And I'm grateful that I have come this far and no one could challenge me except actually my son and my daughter, because I don't want to show to them that I'm just okay all the time. Um, you've got to show your emotions as well, but you need to know how to control it. You need to be present when you do that. And as mothers, all mothers out there could relate. Our kids will test us. They will push us to the brink of being angry and frustrated. Yes, we could, but know that you are human and you're emotional, and you can always ask forgiveness later. And show your kids that love is unconditional and forgiveness is free, and it helps them change their attitude faster, quicker. That's very important. So we teach people to know that parents can commit mistakes, kids, a lot of mistakes, and they have to listen to protect their well being as well. Because kids these days, based on my experience, they're very, very difficult, especially with their diet. And I have been very impatient many times because I want them to eat vegetables and they don't want to eat vegetables. Um, but I said to myself, I'm going to let it go, I'm going to let it be, because kids will learn eventually. And all of us are here to learn the whole process without skipping it. So if I learned the whole process without skipping it, so do as my kids. So they're gonna learn as well, and they're gonna go through that part in their life that they're gonna realize that this is good, this is bad, and everyone just have to go through that. So I hope that this video inspires you to do what you truly love, and inspires you to understand that your life, your existence on earth is not just merely existence. You have to live your existence. So, thank you guys so much. It's Coach Christy here, and you have a wonderful, wonderful time.